Let's begin.
Here we go! Hi, everybody!
Start the insanity.
You are not worried, are you?
Me? No.
We're waiting.
Hello, and welcome to Super Media All-Stars. We are a weekly podcast, and today we are talking about video games. I'm your host, John Harris, and today I'm joined by three other All-Stars. The first one being Jake Boston.
Hiya, paisanos.
Brent Harris.
I control 14-year-olds on online multiplayer based games.
Okay.
Freudian slip.
Do you want to try that again?
Nope.
Keep it in.
I want it.
And returning guest star, Andy Guild.
I'm woefully unprepared for this, so let's do it.
All right, guys, welcome. How's everybody doing today?
I'm really excited to talk some Odyssey. I cannot wait.
I was gonna say, do I even need to ask the question? What's everybody playing right now?
Nope, that's it. Just collecting all them moons.
I think that's been the theme the last
same
week.
here. Yeah, this is going to be my theme for the rest of the year.
So
Oh, man.
that being said, we got a great podcast for you today. There's a lot of things that happened the last week. One being a lot of stuff in the news. The Paris Game Week happened. BlizzCon is going on as we speak. And then we're going to dive hardcore into Super Mario Odyssey a week later. So we'll be giving you our impressions there. And then we're going to end with some trivia. So, guys, let's go ahead and jump right into the news.
News.
So,
I'm playing
Sony...
Diablo 3.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
What? On the side?
I got Reaper of Souls. Yeah, I got a side girl. Side chick. What do you
Side game chick?
Side game.
I played that like 3 years ago.
Well, I didn't buy it 3 years ago, so I picked it up. It's good. Let's do the news.
Let's do the news, okay. Sony had a conference earlier this week for the Paris Games Week, and they revealed pretty much a lot of trailers. They called this the second half of E3, and I think it's safe to say that's pretty much the vibe I got from it.
I think I liked E3 a little bit better, but like the new games they showed this time didn't really hit me as much as I thought they would. But
Yeah.
all the games that they showed prior and they showed new stuff for, I liked.
Yeah, we got a lot of pretty much more trailers of the exact same stuff. I would say a few secret announcements that came up, but let's go ahead and dive into some of these announcements/trailers. The first one being The Last of Us Part 2 got a new trailer, kind of obscure because it wasn't any characters we knew, and it was kind of I don't know, bloody.
Well, Last of Us is dark to begin with.
Right,
And especially like the longer the apocalypse goes on, like the darker shit will get.
right.
So I was fine with like the bleakness of the trailer. I just have no idea what's going on and who these people are.
Does that serve this game, or does it kind of go against it, not having any context to the scene we got from the conference? Because we don't get any Joel or Ellie in this, and that's kind of what people cling to for this series.
That chick that's being hung up isn't the main chick.
That's
No.
not Ellie.
That's just some random character. We don't know who it is yet.
Yep.
Maybe it's her in the future
I would hope not.
with like dyed hair or something.
Extremely muscular.
Well, they already showed
Yeah.
a futuristic Ellie. She's grown up somewhat in the first trailer. Like
Yeah.
she's on that guitar playing some sad song.
But not like super grown
yeah.
up. I would say like she might be 19, 20 now.
Maybe there's
Instead of
another
like 13, 14.
time jump. Like maybe it's like a
super
like,
future.
Yeah, like showing her as an older teenager and an adult and a older adult as well.
If The Last of Us jumped with time, I'd be upset.
No, that would be amazing. How last time they jumped like from season to season. If
Oh,
they
yeah.
jump from
Yeah.
like teenager to young adult to elder, that would be awesome.
Yeah, like maybe there's a way to like tell whatever story they're trying to tell.
That would be
by-
amazing.
by just time jumping and showing
I didn't think
different
about
points
that.
of
No,
their life.
yeah, because then they show like how bad this outbreak has gone in the past
Yeah.
like 50, 60 years. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Okay,
'cause-
if they do that, I'm excited.
yeah. So
Like this trailer didn't really do anything for me because like I don't know what's going on.
Right.
It's just like, okay, yeah, this game's dark. I already knew that.
and I also didn't like sit down and look at her face compared to that lady's face. So it's probably just a crazy thing I'm saying, but that's my prediction officially.
There you go. On the record. This game got some a little bit of backlash because people were saying, do we really need to see this violence in a trailer outside of the game context? But it's The Last of Us. I mean, the context makes sense. It's going to be bloody.
Plus, people just get mad over dumb stuff now.
Yeah,
That's true.
Like, why get mad over this?
Yeah, there's no reason.
No.
You see crazier stuff on like The Walking Dead. Like you
Right.
see people's arms get cut off, and no one cares about that.
And they didn't end the trailer with any kind of release date, and I don't think we should expect one anytime soon because I think this game's still a while out, at least a year or two. The next trailer we saw was kind of a Spider-Man trailer, still slated for 2018 release window, but that's about it, the whole year of 2018. This trailer was more focused on, I don't say the Peter Parker aspect with some Spider-Man action, but we had not seen Peter Parker up to this point really in any of these trailers, so it was kind of cool to see him.
Yeah, there's only a second trailer for it.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, this showed a lot of like the story elements, how Miles Morales was like a teaser, like a stinger at the end of the first trailer.
Right.
He's a part, like a big part of the story in this one.
It was cool.
Showed a playable Mary Jane.
Yeah, that was different.
Yeah,
That's
not,
very
not
weird.
into that.
Yeah.
No?
No, I don't need that. Unless maybe if it's like a short segment where I bet it's like a stealth thing because wasn't she in a bank or something?
Yeah, like
That'd be
behind
my
the
guess too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that's cool. I guess. I just want to be Spider-Man.
It's still a trailer that was pre-rendered, and some of it was in-game content, but we still haven't seen like an actual trailer that just shows him swinging in an open world, like in-game focus yet.
Well, I mean, I don't think this does anything for hype for me, like except for the E3 gameplay of them doing that tower.
Yeah.
Like that's all I needed.
Yeah. And like I said, like this is just like a CG cutscene.
Right.
Everything. Yeah. I'm kind of with you. I'd rather just see gameplay than like story stuff.
Almost kind of feels like a step back.
I don't know if it's a step back.
I kind of felt like that too because the last thing they showed was so over the top,
Right.
like action and Spider-Man gameplay, and then they showed this kind of muted. Hey, there's a story there too, kind of trying
Right.
to
This felt like it
show
should
you
have came
that part of the
before.
game.
Yeah,
not
I
after.
see.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say this was like a step back. I would say this is just a sidestep. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They showed gameplay the first time. They're going to show like the story stuff this time. I will say, compared to like some of the other graphics on other games we saw from all the other studios from this Sony press conference, like this didn't really wow me at all.
Yeah, it did look a little worse.
Looked like muddy.
And they definitely, I don't know if it's like a pettiness thing, but they tried to make Peter look like Andrew Garfield. I thought
a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that.
they're trying to get him back.
Right.
they need Spider-Man back.
The next game we saw was God of War, and this was very short, and I think it's kind of along the same lines of didn't do much for me, but it was cool to see.
Well, compared to what Brent was saying about Spider-Man, it sounds like God of War did it the right way because the first God of War trailer was just like, I mean, it was gameplay, but it was a lot of story stuff. This
Yeah.
one was just like action gameplay, like combat. And this was awesome. This
Yeah.
looked so good.
Right. It's only like a minute teaser.
Yeah.
And that maybe it was just to show how gameplay is coming along in that game.
That's all I need because it said it's coming out early 2018. So I would guess like February, March
Right.
ish. So yeah, don't show me anything. I'm going to buy it in
Same.
3
Yeah,
months.
I'm super into this. It just seems like they keep showing us different segments of whatever story they're
Yeah.
going along, which is okay. I don't really need to see it though because I'm getting the game no matter what.
Right.
Another game we saw was Detroit Become Human. This is like a spiritual successor to, was it Beyond Two Souls?
Well, it's from the same people. Yeah, they
Right.
made Heavy Rain.
Heavy Rain.
And
That's
Beyond
what-
Two Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah. This looks way more Heavy Rain though.
Yeah. So there's before we dive into Detroit, how do you guys like this kind of gameplay based off Heavy Rain and Beyond?
Well, Detroit looks more like Heavy Rain, and I'm glad because Heavy Rain, I loved that game. It was like one of the only games ever where like I beat it in like one sitting. I just played for 8 hours straight, and I won. And I got like the worst ending ever. Like everybody died.
I won, but everyone died.
Yeah, it was so bad, but I enjoyed my time playing it. And yeah, this game just looks really good. Like the trailer they showed at Paris Games Week showed a variety of different scenarios to where like, oh, you can make this decision and this will happen, and then vice versa. And I'm very excited for this game, and I'm surprised because Beyond Two Souls was not good
Yeah. They
at
just
all.
Seemed like they really expanded the possible outcomes.
Yeah, no, it looks really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it also looked like I was saying, it looks like it's more of a loosely connected story rather than characters who are interacting with each other and affecting each other.
Sure.
But I'm kind of wondering if it's going to converge at some point late game. Or,
It would have to.
Yeah, you'd think it would, but so far what they've shown us has been the detective, the riot, and the newest one was the maid robot or the
Right,
nanny
yeah,
robot.
yeah.
And they don't. None of those seem like they're connected at all.
Yeah.
See, from what Brent and I saw, like behind closed doors demo,
The
at
dev
E3,
demo. Yeah.
Exclusive.
Not really.
Okay.
They're like that's a whole like robot revolution. That's
Oh,
happening.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing like all of these other side characters that we see, all the robot people like might come and help with the revolution, and we'll see all of them come in at
okay.
the end. But
Yeah,
just,
that'd be cool too.
just from the stuff we saw at E3 and then this trailer, I'm so pumped for this game.
Right, and we didn't get a release window for this yet, but I suspect it. This game looks farther enough along that it might be early 2018.
This looks like a game that would come like there's always one game that comes out the week of E3.
You think that might
This
be,
looks like that type of game.
or right before maybe?
Yeah, like the week before or
Yeah.
the week of.
Yeah,
I can't remember. Do you guys remember when the first trailer came out for this? The detective trailer. It must have been 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
they teased like
The Kara thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was like 4 or 5 years
was a
ago.
long
yeah.
time ago,
That
so-
was like close to the launch of PS4.
Yeah, so I'm hopefully this comes out this year. I think it has to come out this year, pretty early, spring maybe.
I mean like 2018.
Or yeah,
Yeah,
2018, but
gotcha.
this year.
Yeah, no,
Next
I would
year.
hope so too. Because if Sony keeps on their trends here, we'll hopefully get a lot of good games beginning of next year. A secret tease that kind of started off the conference was Ghost of Tsushima. I think that's maybe how it's pronounced.
It's probably not.
We'll say it's close.
I'm glad you said it, not me.
This is a game from Sucker Punch, which is known for their Infamous and Sly Cooper. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Very two different games from a same studio.
Yeah, and the third game is just as different.
Yeah, this game, when I first saw it and after watching the trailer, reminded me of, was it Neo that came out this year? Which is a very samurai with a very...
Yeah, it looked like Neo. When I was watching the trailer, I thought it was some kind of Dark Souls type thing.
One of you guys said Tenchu.
I said Tenchu. But I had named every major Japanese styled release,
Right.
And I didn't have any of them because this is a new IP, I believe.
It looks
is,
like it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this game appears to take a lot of Japanese aesthetic, and I don't know if it's like a Hmong Empire kind of thing.
It takes place in like the 1400s.
Does it?
Yeah.
So far, it looks like everything's based off in very historical context, which is great. That looks awesome. But if it being Sucker Punch, you would expect maybe some kind of mystical element coming into it, but maybe not. Maybe they just take a straight historical approach.
See, this game does not like. I don't see myself playing this game. The only reason why I would is because it's Sucker Punch. I love Infamous and Sly Cooper so much to where like I feel like I need to play this game. I'm not into samurai stuff at all.
No?
I'm really not. No, and especially this didn't show any gameplay. Number one,
Right.
It was all cutscene heavy, and I was bored out of my mind, to be honest with you.
It's very classical Sony, just a teaser / mood setter for what this game hopefully turns out to be.
And I'm not a big fan of its mood.
That and like if it follows Sony's trends, this could be a game that's 4 or 5 years out.
I don't need to wait around for this for 4 years.
Right.
Yeah, well, the one thing that has it going in its favor coming out soon is that Sucker Punch's last game was Infamous Second Son, and that came out like within 6 months of the PS4 launching.
So they've had time to work on
They've
this.
had a lot of time to work on it.
Yeah, so I hope that's the case. I hope you're right.
Hope it's not all they've been working on. So I'm not super pumped for it either.
Yeah.
So they also had smaller announcements for Shadow of the Colossus. We just watched a trailer that was very much kind of showed off the exploration part of it, which, I mean, that's what Jake, you were telling me that's pretty much half that game is.
Yeah, we were talking earlier before the podcast. I can't believe none of you have played Shadow of the Colossus.
Nope.
Told you not to bring that up.
It's baffling to me because this game is amazing. Number one, all you do is like explore the world and try to find these Colossus. There's no fighting in between. It's just like environment building and then just like epic battles. And like the first time you see one, you're not ready. Like you're not ready for it at all.
That's not even what I thought it was. You got to correct me because I thought it was you find a first boss, then it's like a small trail, then you fight a second one, then you fight a third one back to back.
Nope, not at all.
You should actually be jealous of us because now we get that shock and awe of this game, but
For the first
a
time.
better looking game.
Oh, I'm very jealous of you.
Because
but-
there's when I was watching the trailer, it's like games that look like this and they have those kinds of graphics. They look so cool.
If we were to go back to the PS2 game, we'd be like, oh man, this new one's so much better. It's so good.
Yeah, I don't feel like after playing stuff like Breath of the Wild, I don't feel like I could go back to the PS2 version and have that same sense of wonderment.
Especially if they fixed like anything mechanically with the game that was wrong.
Yeah.
Well, that's been some concerns from people who were at the Paris Games Week that mechanically the camera's a little better, but like I guess climbing is still a chore.
Well, I mean, you see what they did with The Last Guardian. Like that felt like PS2 style controls.
Yeah, which is not good. People who have played those games before complain about that problem.
Yeah, but I see like them getting away with it just because it's a remake of a PS2
Yeah,
game.
and shouldn't it kind of feel like a chore if you're climbing this ridiculous creature? I mean, just from a game feel perspective,
Yeah,
not that it
maybe,
would be
I don't know.
Not a
funner
chore,
that
but
way.
like exhausting, and like
Yeah.
you don't know what to do, and it's really hard to beat it. It sucks that
Yeah.
controls might be an issue there, but
Yeah.
It makes sense in that kind of game.
This
that
game
context.
this game is amazing no matter what. So I'm jealous of you guys playing it for the first time. I plan on playing it again just because this looks gorgeous.
We also got short tease for the Horizon Zero Dawn Frozen Wilds DLC. I don't think any of us have played that game, but
I have it.
Have you played it?
Oh,
Dude, Breath of the Wild just completely eclipsed this game.
Oh, really?
Honestly. It
In
came
your
out
book?
the same day.
Yeah. Oh,
And-
no, a week apart.
Or a week apart, was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
still damn close. Yeah.
Yeah, I played Breath of the Wild. I bought this game and I couldn't get into it.
Did well.
It's a good
review-wise.
game. It's a really good game.
Yeah.
I didn't grab me.
Huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If you don't know anything about Horizon, it's pretty much about exploring. You're a very ancient tribe, but there's a lot of futuristic robot animals, and that's kind of the catch there. This DLC takes place in like a tundra area, which wasn't in the first game, so people love this game, and people who continue to play it will probably be thrilled for Frozen Wilds. We also got pretty much a teaser for Spelunky 2, a new game coming out, a sequel,
Yes.
which people loved the first one.
Spelunky is awesome.
And this was, I forget the guy's name, but he is very renowned for making Spelunky, and people loved him for it.
Well, this trailer didn't show any gameplay. It just showed like story-based stuff to where like the main character from the first one might disappear or die or something, and then his kid just goes into the cave.
Right, and it shows the kid being a kid. Like, that's it.
What's the premise of this game? I have no idea.
You spelunk. You go into caves and you just try to like.
Spelunk.
Well, okay, I could have.
So it's like,
I concluded that.
Well,
thank
that's
you.
what it is.
people compare this to Metroid, Castlevania, and also like Steampunk Dig. People
Yeah,
kind of make those
SteamWorld
comparisons.
Dig.
Yeah, SteamWorld Dig.
This it's randomly generated worlds every time you do it, and the main goal is to make it like all the way down into spoilers into hell, and just like beat Satan. That's not what when you do it. There's no like actual goal. Your goal is to just like explore, but then like as you go on and as you go like lower and lower, you just like find treasures.
Yeah, it's like
and
a
then just-
procedurally generated, kind of like Binding of Isaac meets Dig Dug meets Metroid.
yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's an interesting mix. People love it. So
It's a really fun game.
So do you have to find like minerals and materials to like upgrade your weapons or something?
No, you just kind of find cash, and then you, with that cash, you can buy stuff in like stores that are randomly.
Did you ever play
in
Gold
there.
Miner on the PC? No.
Where you go dig for golden nuggets?
Yep, with a claw.
Okay.
It's like a sequel to that. We also got a tease for Guacamelee 2,
Yes, indie games.
another
I'm,
Metroid-esque game.
I'm all up in this stuff. None of you played Spelunky. None of you played Guacamelee.
Nope. Guacamole?
Especially. Well, the guy's eating guacamole in the trailer,
That was a good trailer, by the way.
but yeah, especially for you guys who like Castlevania and Metroid, I can't believe you guys haven't played this game.
I think unfortunately it falls in the indie category, which I haven't made time for a lot of indies this year.
I'm just hoping that this game is on Switch.
It definitely should be.
Yeah, I know it was at Sony's conference, but
It wasn't locked to Sony by any means.
yeah, I didn't say that.
Is the original Guacamelee on Switch?
I don't think so yet.
Yeah.
It was on Wii U. I don't think it's
Ooh.
on Switch.
Okay, it should be on. If it goes on Switch, I'll buy it immediately.
Yeah.
Like I've owned it for a while. I just never got around to playing it.
I've got a steel book of this. I love it so much.
Weird.
Real quick, and we got a Curse of Osiris Destiny 2 expansion. None of us know about that, so we won't dive too much into it.
Pass.
Wah, wah.
There was a lot of PSVR support shown, which was good to see. Nothing actually interested me, being a PSVR owner, but
Pass.
it's good to see that they at least attempted to show something. And then they had like a pre-show that was dedicated strictly to indies. A lot of cool stuff there, but if you didn't get a chance to check out the conference, check out the highlights. You'll be highly entertained. All right, and another conference that's going on as we speak was BlizzCon 2017. I am no expert on anything Blizzard, but we have two fellow gentlemen who can help us out here. First announcement being the new Overwatch character, Moira?
Moira.
Moira.
I can't pronounce her name either. Take it, Brent. Me and you, we're
actually
Blizzard guys.
I haven't seen the release trailer for her yet. I just know
What
that
the fuck?
Okay, I know a little bit about her. So she's got like her right hand does damage, and her left hand heals.
I'm not sure if they revealed exactly how it works, but yeah, that's basically what it looks like. It looks like she's kind of like a
She's like a support damage roll.
yeah, she's a support damage. She looks a little bit like Zenyatta,
Yeah.
where she can either like hurt or heal.
Right.
The announcement. I mean, that's cool. Whatever. Who cares? The announcement I'm really excited about is the map, the Blizzard World.
I have not seen this.
What?
But I'm
Brent. Okay, the trailer opens up on Stormwind.
Oh.
The gates of Stormwind.
Oh my God.
And then you're like, wait, what the hell is this? And then they say, welcome to Blizzard World or Blizzard Land.
okay,
It's like a theme park, and there's like roller coasters and rides everywhere.
Seriously?
Yeah. So it's basically Overwatch in Stormwind, and then the different the way I thought it looked like was that the different wings of Stormwind were different Blizzard themed areas.
Oh my God.
So like there's a StarCraft area, a Diablo area. There's a like Lost Viking stuff in there. Heroes of the Storm. It looks really cool.
We also got a WoW expansion for Battle of Azeroth. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, that's just another
Yes.
WoW expansion.
The seventh expansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's getting up there.
Did you guys watch that trailer? Did it
Oh, yeah.
did it hit
Yeah.
the right tones
It's-
for you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
It's back to WoW's roots, which is
Oh yeah, those.
Alliance versus Horde.
yeah, them with their rivalry, just beating each other up.
I think honestly, like even if I know you guys aren't into Warcraft or whatever,
cool.
but it's
None
like,
of this excites me.
I would watch the trailer because it is a cool trailer.
Yeah.
It's like a fantasy.
Yeah.
Well, to your
big-scale
point, I say
battle.
Blizzard always has awesome trailers.
Yeah, they-
Yeah, all of their
Yeah.
cinematic trailers for everything are just amazing.
yeah. Diablo 3, like all those trailers in there.
Yeah, they're so good.
So awesome.
This the last expansion trailer was more of a character focused emotional kind of motivation they gave you. This
Yeah.
one's it doesn't really matter who the characters are. If you recognize them, cool. If you don't, whatever. But it's more like setting up the stage for this huge fight that's happening between everybody and introducing a bunch of islands that I guess are now there.
Yeah.
They never knew about
They're
before.
splitting them up again, where
Yeah.
the Alliance get an island and the
last-
Horde get an island.
The last Warcraft expansion that even teased me entertaining the game, or giving it a try, was the giant fire dragon one. That was like
Oh.
6 or-
Cataclysm.
6 or 7 years ago.
That was a really good place to join the game because they basically like reworked the entire vanilla game, like the old game. They
Yeah,
just
sure.
made it
That's where they
better.
made it, because they
Yeah.
were adding so many levels at that point. But I don't think anything touches Wrath of the Lich King for me.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, Wrath and Burning Crusade I think were still the best.
What about the Mists of Pandorum or whatever the hell it's called?
Oh God, Mr. Pandaria.
Cheeky noob.
No, pandas though.
Mist
Really.
of Pandaria? It was a Kung Fu themed expansion that was also Alliance versus Horde centered. Hello.
Okay, I'm sorry I said that.
We also got
Don't be upset.
a
That's okay.
StarCraft 2 goes free to play, which is probably good for people who want to join that
Yeah,
game.
Brent, when I talked to you about this, you sounded pretty pissed.
I bought StarCraft 2 and they're not fucking giving it away to everybody.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the base game, so the 2 expansions for it aren't
in it.
free.
Yeah.
They actually have to pay for those, and it's just a kind of a booster for them. I read somewhere where they're trying to get people to come back, but I don't know how this does that, since
Yeah, I haven't played in 5 years. I played I used to play online competitive quite a bit, and then I played the campaign for the second expansion.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of stopped. But I think the details of this, you get the Wings of Liberty campaign, which is like the base campaign for free. You get online multiplayer for free, and then anything else you have to purchase if you want to play the storyline out.
Is StarCraft 2 like Warcraft, where it's a subscription per month? Or is it
No.
like a one-time
just
fee?
one-time thing
Yep.
for the game.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yep.
so that's good to know if you're interested in that game. There's also some updates that came from Heroes of the Storm and Hearthstone. Are those games you guys entertain?
I play a lot of Hearthstone. I don't really go for Heroes of the Storm too bad, but the Hearthstone update looks really cool. It's like there's an expansion pack, like a booster pack related expansion, and there's also a Spelunky. It looks like a Spelunky style roguelike game where you can earn cards. And I think they're doing that because people are upset that there are so many damn cards. You're never going to get what you need.
You play this Spelunky game to get different cards in Hearthstone.
I believe so. They were kind of vague about unless they've released some other information, but they were kind of vague about how it works exactly. But it looks like an adventure game where you collect cards, and then if you beat the game, you keep the cards. But if you don't beat the game all the way through, there's like 8 bosses or something you have to fight, then you don't keep your cards. So
Gotcha.
So it's a lot better now. If anyone wanted to jump into it, like today, it would be a lot easier to.
Yeah. That's good.
It's a good game.
Before we move on, I'd like to make a quick note that WoW's also doing that Blizzard announced that they're doing vanilla. They're making servers specifically for the vanilla expansion.
Yeah, which is I know a little bit about this, and there were a whole bunch of like fan communities that like kept those servers going.
Yeah,
and Blizzard is just like, no, we're gonna cancel those, and now they finally announced like, oh yeah, now we're gonna charge you to play the game you were playing for free.
I thought that was hilarious.
They've spent like years trying to catch up and close these servers down, and a year ago they asked them and said, hey, you're closing these servers, will you do it then? And they said, no, we're not doing that. And then this year they're like, okay, we're gonna do vanilla servers. It's like,
which the base game of World of Warcraft is how old?
10 plus years.
I think people are going to log into this because there's a small community who would play like those illegal servers that got shut down.
Right.
I think now more people who subscribe are going to log into these servers, realize what it is, and then not want to play it.
So is your World of Warcraft subscription, like, does that allow you to access vanilla?
I'm pretty sure.
It seems that way. It seems like they'll just have certain servers that host the vanilla game instead of whatever expansion.
But you guys played a lot of late game Warcraft. How bad is vanilla going to go back to?
It depends. It depends on what they do, because if they do what it originally was, you like have to craft your own bullets, you have to craft your own arrows. You literally have to run everywhere. Like you don't get your first mount to like level 40, I think. And then you have to get enough gold to get that point, which gold is such a scarcity. And
for everyone out there that doesn't know, vanilla is just the original version of World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
without no expansions, no patches. I'm not sure how many.
They're doing patches because they said they're not doing day one release.
Yeah, I think that would be hilarious.
Yeah. Also downgrading the graphics because they've had slight improvements over the years.
Like I said, I don't know.
I'm not sure. I wonder what would be. I wonder if they have a build of it somewhere on a server that they're just going to release and have like the old crappy graphics.
That's what the illegal servers did, and I don't know where they got the files for that. So
yeah, those were the major announcements from BlizzCon. But there's other tons of small things they talked about. So if any of that interests you, go check out all the BlizzCon announcements. There was plenty of cool stuff there. And then the last few announcements we're going to hit up real quick. We're just going to kind of breeze through real quick. The Xbox X reviews are coming in because it comes out Tuesday. And people are saying it's good. If you're a 4K owner and you're into the newest technology, HDR and all that jazz, the X is going to do what you want it to. So that's good to hear.
Is that just,
X going to give it to you. What?
Is that just Xbox fanboys saying, yeah, we're definitely not in denial. It's good.
No, there's actually like a lot of like my source, IGN, gave it a good review, but like Digital Foundry, which a lot of tech experts kind of go to, gave it a high regard too.
PC Gamer like made the exact same build of the Xbox One X on a PC, and it costs nowhere near $500.
Ooh.
It's like $800 if you want to build it like the exact thing that they have in the Xbox One X.
Well, when they release the console, they take a loss on it because they figure they're going to sell you their first party software and hardware. So,
but then again, an Xbox is an Xbox, so it plays games, Netflix, Hulu, stuff like that.
See, I heard the 4K Blu-ray player is it's like $300 if you want to put it in a PC.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's still fresh. It's still new though. But like PC parts, give it 6 months to a year, and that thing will be dirt cheap.
Yeah, and it's kind of I prefer. I'm not interested in the Xbox either, really, because if I did build the $800 PC version, you can upgrade it in 2 years, 3 years.
Right.
See, the Xbox One S I have, and the only reason why I wanted it is because it was a 4K Blu-ray player, and it was really cheap. It's like what, $300?
Yeah, bundled with other stuff too.
Yeah, no, and yeah, I don't need my Xbox games to look a little bit better. I'm okay with the way they look now.
Sure.
Well, I need to take a step into the baptism waters of video games because
Excuse me.
What was that?
Because I have a confession.
Did you get one?
I pre-ordered the Scorpio edition.
Oh my god!
I said you weren't going to.
I know, but that's why I need to cleanse myself of these sins.
God.
I mean, are we honestly surprised by this?
No, I'm not, and I'm just sad
I'm
for
gonna stick
him.
a finger down my throat.
They stuck a
Hearing
finger
that.
up his butt. That's why.
God. Oh, John.
John just got money to blow left and right.
So come Tuesday, look forward to an Xbox Scorpio Edition unboxing from Super Media All Stars. We'll have it sometime next week.
Our listeners
John-
couldn't be any more flaccid.
John will be the only person in this video because nobody else wants to be a part of it.
Some other news that came out this week, real quick, was some more Pokemon information came out for Ultra Sun and Moon. They announced all legendaries from all previous Pokemon games are coming out in this game, which is insane.
No, it's desperate. It's like, please buy this.
This is like I interpret this as like a swan song to everything Pokemon up to this point. That's how I see it.
I see this as a money grab.
Even so,
I think they just need to kill it and move on to the Switch.
that's okay too. But they also announced like all villains from previous games are also coming to this game. I think this is just a nice send off to every handheld Pokemon game up to this point.
Yeah.
Is this the Super Mario Odyssey for Pokemon?
It could very well could be. Just
yeah,
not.
I think they're like with Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, they kind of lean on some nostalgia stuff and then they reinvent it into something that really cool and new. I think maybe Pokemon's trying to get in on that now.
But
Except just nostalgia. They're not going to do anything new with this game.
yeah, they're not.
plus, putting a lot of legendaries, like previous legendaries, into a game is nothing new. They've done it before.
Not all of them. Not every single legendary is in this game.
So like 6 more.
No, there's like 20. There's like 20 or 25 in this
Well, I
game.
know, but like
Will Mewtwo be in it?
Mewtwo
yeah.
will be in it.
About Articuno.
Yep.
About
I think I'm making Mew 3
All,
in
did I
this
say
one.
all legendaries?
let's go through these.
And to wrap up the news segment here, the games that came out this week is a very short list. First one being Bubsy, the
Why-
Woolies Strike Back.
Why would you start with this one?
Because we always got to end on a good note, and this is not a good note.
For all you people that were born in like 2000 and beyond, Bubsy was pretty much like if you didn't have a Genesis in the 90s and you wanted to play like a radical rodent, you go to Bubsy on the Super Nintendo. That's all it was.
Well, he was better than a rodent. He was a cat, right? Wasn't he a
Yeah,
cat?
he
Cat
was
or
a
fox,
cat.
something like that.
And every joke he had was a cat pun. Drove me nuts.
He's terrible. I actually don't know who holds the rights to Bubsy anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if an indie developer just released this without having rights.
I could see that.
Nobody wants a Bubsy
Yeah,
game.
why would you want it? Why is this? What is the market for this game? I don't
This got
understand.
a physical release.
What?
This is like a $30 game.
Ugh, gross.
Who wants this?
Especially a week after Odyssey. Who wants another platformer after
Should have
Odyssey?
Bubsy Odyssey.
No.
Bubsy visits his past.
Nobody wants to travel with Bubsy.
I think this is the first Bubsy game since Bubsy 3D, and that game has a reputation for being like one of the worst games ever.
And this game is not doing too much better. The reviews are pretty bad for it.
Yeah, because no one gives a fuck at all. Like, just
Right.
get out of here.
That game came out 10/31, but a game that came out a little bit closer to this time was Call of Duty World War II. This came out November 3rd, and this is a throwback to the World War II Call of Duty and its origins, and the reviews are looking pretty good. It's got a Metacritic of 86, so people are saying it's still a Call of Duty campaign, short 5-6 hours, but looks good, plays good, and I guess the multiplayer's servers were a little iffy at first, but it's starting to settle down.
So you're saying it's every Call of Duty release?
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Call of Duty needed to do this because they
They
kept
did.
on just going more and more in the future to where like people didn't even care. Like, oh, I'm fighting in space.
Yeah.
Great.
They had their fanboy like community was starting to shrink.
And this year is the 10-year anniversary of Call of Duty 4 where they like revolutionized everything.
Speaking of a
yeah.
revolution, I think they need a Revolutionary War Call of Duty with muskets.
That'd be terrible.
That'd be sweet.
You can't hit anything.
Well,
Yeah, that's the point. You got to go bayonets.
Battlefield kind of went further back with Battlefield 1 last year,
Yeah.
World War 1.
Right, I remember that.
So I don't know how far back you would want to go with this.
Caveman. Call of Duty Caveman.
So I picked up. We did an unboxing for the Legendary Edition or the Valor Edition, which we'll get to a little bit later this week on YouTube. But I was excited for this game because I watched a lot of live feed for Zombies, and Zombies looks like a nice, awesome throwback to World at War, which was awesome.
The poster that came
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
this was also
Valor
very
Edition,
sick.
that looked amazing.
So have you seen the people you can play as in zombie mode?
Nope, I have no clue.
It has the bad guy from Jessica Jones. You play as the actor.
Kilgrave?
Oh, cool.
The actor or...
Like the actor voices him.
Okay, gotcha.
And then it has the African American gentleman from like Mission Impossible movies.
The black guy?
Yeah,
Ving Rhames?
yeah. He's the yeah.
Sweet.
They have a celebrity cast for zombies.
Well, that's I think for a lot of people, zombies is the draw of Call of Duty now.
And that's what drawed me in, because it looks so good.
And to be fair, like usually all the celebrity additions to Call of Duty come in like DLC packs.
Right, you get this from the start.
Yeah, like last year you could play as Kevin Smith. Who cares?
Wasn't Marshawn Lynch in the last one?
Yep,
Yeah.
he sure was.
That's so weird.
And then, like, for me, it was nice to see. I don't know if this has been a trend for a while, but it's back to local co-op on screen.
Which is good.
Yeah, because that's the way.
they
That's the way.
needed that.
Yeah.
And it's top and bottom, wide, not left and right. And
Oh,
you
okay.
get a ridiculous screen.
Is there a preference there for multiplayer games? Do people prefer cut down the middle or like half the screen? Was there a preference there?
I'm pretty sure like 95% of people
Yeah.
prefer top and bottom.
I like top
Dude.
and bottom because with games like that, nothing's going to be coming at you from the top,
Right.
like the top
You-
or bottom of the screen.
you want a
need
good field
wider-
of view vision.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've had this. I've talked about this with other people. I've never brought it up on here. For like local co-op, what if you split the screen diagonally? What if you're like playing in a triangle?
I don't
What do you
know.
think?
I don't know.
Weird.
Especially with 4 people and you get an X, you just get like a you get like a wide variety.
So,
like
So like one guy's if you're playing on the right side of the screen, you can't see your gun, and then you can't see anyone coming
just,
at you. But
just if you're on the right side, only when you
Yeah.
turn to right you can see your gun.
But if,
but if you're on the left side, you're like, I'm gonna get that guy. I'm gonna come on
If you're
to
at
his
the top
left
of the-
side. He can't see.
Oh, where'd you
anything.
go?
if you're on top of the screen, it's perfect because the gun's right at the bottom of the
Yeah,
triangle.
top or bottom, you're good.
Yeah, no,
You're-
the bottom. The
bottom would suck because you'd have like
A narrow sky.
You'd see everyone's asses, but everyone's upper body would be nothing. Just wouldn't
No, I don't think
exist.
that's a great idea.
Sounds perfect to me.
I like it. I'm into it. Just do like a Call of Duty party mode where there's like crazy mini games. That's one of them.
Oh my god.
We go off the rails. Don't you know it's time to raise our sails? It's freedom.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the main portion of our show, and that is the Super Mario Odyssey feedback / gameplay we've kind of had up to this point. For this first part, is going to be spoiler-free. We're going to do the best we can to go off what we've seen in the gameplay, trailers, demos, and all that jazz with our own impressions. Then halfway, we'll get into spoilers. Then at the end, we'll get back to a spoiler-free again with our thoughts and reviews for Odyssey. But for this first part, guys, you've been playing for a week. We kind of went over some first general impressions, but you've played it for a while now. How do you guys like it?
I am in love with this game.
Yeah?
I can't stop playing it.
I think it's good. I'm really
Yeah,
enjoying it.
I told you guys I have like 650 moons.
That's
so-
crazy.
So I've been playing the hell out of it.
You've been putting in
yeah.
work.
How many
Oh,
hours
yeah.
do you think you have?
I don't want to find out. It's
Well,
like
the weird thing with Switch is that like you can't log how many hours you have until
Yeah.
the game's been out for like 2 weeks,
Yep.
and then it'll show you like, oh, this is how long you've been playing it.
it's like when I looked at my Breath of the Wild hours, I was like, I need to go outside.
That's a tricky thing about this. Like, I feel like I put in a lot of hours, but then how many times I've collected moons, it's not nearly as many hours as I thought it was.
Yeah,
I think
I
it just
think-
goes by very quickly.
Well,
Sure
I
does.
I don't. Would it be a spoiler to talk? Because I saw it in a couple of reviews that after you beat the game, there is more to do.
That's fine. I think that's general
Yeah.
knowledge.
So I mean, it kind of opens up more to do in all the kingdoms you've been in. So
And there's a few surprises after that.
yeah. So my strategy, I guess, because I knew that going in, was I rushed through the story and then I went back to do
Okay.
each kingdom individually.
I was
Yeah.
actually going to ask you how you did it.
So I think that might be kind of how I got so many so quickly, because I was getting some of the new ones at the same time as some of the ones I missed, and it was more like a huge collectathon at the end.
See, for me, as I go through each world, I try to get as many as I can. And for most of the worlds, I like go to the bird, and he's like, I don't have any more hints for you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's what I've been doing too. Also, if you talk to the bird and Toad, Toad will say, I don't got any hints for you either.
Yeah, but I'm not paying him 50. I've paid him like twice.
Don't pay him.
yeah. I wouldn't pay him.
A thing that I didn't really realize until after the game, and I'm glad I did this. Your coins come in handy.
Oh,
yeah, I've
Hold
heard,
on.
I've heard that.
Okay,
Hold on to your coins.
Yeah.
definitely.
So now we gotta kind of feel for the overall feelings here. How do you guys feel about playing with Mario and Cappy? The mechanics are very similar, but there's also kind of like just a little bit extra touch to do some awesome Mario platforming in this. How did that sit well with you guys?
Well, when Brent and I played this at E3,
Yeah.
it just played exactly like it does in this build. Like, just you don't think it's gonna, like in the trailers when you play it, it's just like, what the hell is this for? Like, you could just transform into other beings. Very weird. when you're playing Mario and Cappy, and you can just like do different things with your cap, just throw it and do different like platforming aspects.
Yeah.
It's nice. Like you would have never thought of that before this game came out, but it just like melds well with Nintendo.
Right. You thought maybe spending a lot of time not as Mario would be boring or stupid, but it's quite the opposite.
Yeah, all the new moves you have, like where you jump on the cap, and I think is the jump and then the leap through the air, is that a new move? Or is that something that's been
he
around?
could do forward dives before, but he could never do it continuous, which these experts are getting to.
Yeah,
because
you can do it with the cap now, where
Right.
you can jump and do like a double forward leap with the cap, which I can't figure out.
Either can
It's
I.
tough to do.
But all the movement feels really good. The only thing I'm not crazy about are the motion controls.
See,
Yeah.
with that whole leap and cap thing, the majority of the time I've played this, it's been in handheld mode.
Okay.
And I was not able to do that move. But when I beat the game last night,
Yeah.
I played it just with the Joy-Cons, and I could do that move.
Oh, really?
I did
Huh.
the exact same thing I tried when I was doing it in handheld
Yeah.
mode, but
As
for
I
some
say-
reason it just worked.
Weird.
From day one, I picked this up. I've been all Pro Controller, and the Pro Controller has some motion stuff to it, which you can do with Cappy. But like Nintendo said, and we talked about earlier, that there's some moves that are exclusive to motion controls.
Yeah, same here. I've been doing the Pro Controller. I can do the spin the cap around you, and
Right.
half the time I can get it to flip up straight in the air.
Yep, same.
you.
But sometimes it just goes forward, and
Yeah.
If you're using a Pro Controller,
Oh, you're doing that with the Pro Controller?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I have that problem with the Joy-Cons.
Oh, really?
Really?
Getting
Oh.
it to throw straight up is a complete chore for me.
that one's hard. Yeah.
To be fair, how often do you want to throw Cappy up in the air?
Maybe once in
Yeah.
a world.
I think
Hardly
one
ever,
time
yeah.
I did when I wanted to catch the eagle, and then I realized
Oh,
I can
yeah,
just
yeah,
chase it and catch it somewhere else.
There was a
Yeah.
block in one of the worlds where I wanted to hit a block, and I got so pissed. I ended up like long jumping from up above. Like, all
But
right.
that's another great thing about this game is that like you think there's only one way to do it until
Yeah.
you think it through, and then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
this might be the easy way to do it, but I'll go and do it this way, and you're able to. This is a great sandbox game.
Yeah.
To where like you can just do whatever you want. Like this game isn't open world at all. It's just like it goes from kingdom to kingdom, and each kingdom is just like a sandbox that is full of things for you to do.
Right.
And I love that about this game.
I feel like I find myself sometimes like hitting a roadblock, and like, how the hell am I supposed to get to do this? And then I realize there's something on the other side of the map that's supposed to help me. So I'm like, oh my god, I completely forgot about it. So now I've got to find a way to get it all the way across there.
It's nice because it never feels like it's a chore to go back and do
Right.
things that you need to find
Yeah.
out how to do. There's a few areas where I found another way around something that I naturally would have gotten to like a later area of the stage, like through playing it normally, but I found it before I was supposed to be there by jumping around or finding a different route around. So I really appreciate just how it's set up.
And I never really find myself. I don't think I have yet. Like being mad at the game for kind of screwing me or killing me.
Never.
But like it's kind of like Cuphead. It's always my fault.
Yeah, I always get mad at myself.
Right.
No, I'm mad at those trace walking segments. You know what
That's
I'm
still your
talking
fault,
about?
though.
It's my fault, but it sucks.
Yeah.
That's the only bad part
There's
of the
been
game.
a few platforming times, like 2 or 3 times, where I'm like, it took me, I had to grind a lot of times to get it down. But there was some just legit anger moments for me.
Those ones, yeah, I've had like frustrations, but those segments I never really felt like it was it was not my fault, but I never felt like it was the game screwing me
Sure.
over.
Right? Yeah.
The only thing that I have been actually mad at about this game is that it introduced us to Brutals.
Oh, I hate the Brutals.
Brutals are
Yeah,
garbage.
they're horrible. I hate
They're
it.
so dumb.
Is there for some reason we have 2 Mario games with some kind of form of rabbids in it or
Yeah,
rabbits?
I thought
Like,
that was weird too. Like, wait.
I would have much rather you put rabbits back
just put
in
the
here
rabbits in.
than have these dumb
Yeah.
things. I hate them.
I hate the one that's got the big long neck and like
Yes!
he's like
The stupid tall one?
Yeah, with the like
it's like Nintendo's
gambler's
Goofy.
hat. Yeah, I hate him.
I hate all of them equally because they're garbage.
Oh man, I can't stop laughing at the tall one.
Why not have Koopalings as
Yeah.
the Brutals? That makes no
Yeah,
sense to me.
I thought
Yeah.
that too, but when I was thinking about it, and it's like, well, they like to add in new characters for some reason, so
Right.
why not just go for it?
Yeah, like this game is a celebration of like everything Mario, and the new stuff they added in with Brutals is by far the worst, and they should never go back to Brutals.
The Brutals is a celebration of all the stuff you didn't like about Mario games in the past.
I don't know if the Koopalings would have been too much of a rehash from the previous Mario games and Super Mario Run.
I would not have cared. I don't know why, but for some reason I just like the Koopalings.
Yeah, I expected the Koopalings, and when I saw the Brutals, I'm like, well, this is different.
Especially since we haven't really seen them since Mario Kart 8. It's the only time.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's not even in a Mario game where you defeat them.
Well,
And-
well, that and I think like this whole wedding party theme. These guys are supposed to be the wedding planners.
Yeah, they are.
That's
So
true.
that's their
but
gimmick
still,
here.
like the Koopalings are Bowser's,
I think
posse,
the
like-
plot is so ridiculous. Like, he has to go to every segment to get a thing for his
his
wedding.
wedding.
It's like, I'm getting flowers in this world with the best flowers. I'm getting a dress from this world.
When you plan a wedding, your family helps you out with that. So I don't know why the Koopalings just wouldn't help out their dad.
So we already kind of talked about this. Level designs. These are. I was kind of nervous about seeing too much of these levels in trailers, but after playing through most of these levels, like they turned out legitimately good.
Yeah, it's totally fine. Everything they've shown has not spoiled anything for me.
Nah.
Yeah, and I would say there's a lot more secrets to be found than just what you've seen so far.
That's why you can't be mad at this
Yeah,
game.
I mean, I played New Dunk City and the Sand level, both at E3, and that was such a... I had like 15 minutes in each world.
20 minutes, yeah.
20 minutes, and that was nothing compared to what it actually is in the game.
Yep.
I mean, you want to check out every nook and cranny in each one of
Yeah.
these levels.
Even in the 2D segments, there's stuff they just hide in plain view that you can miss.
Yeah,
Right.
usually in every 2D segment, there's two moons you can find.
Yeah.
One that's just kind of hiding and one that's at the end.
Right.
And that's another good thing about this game is that, like, they got rid of the one-up mushroom. They got rid of, like,
Yeah.
lives pretty much.
Yeah.
Because you just lose 10 coins every time you die.
And
Which is like nothing.
Typically,
Yeah.
when you spawn, there's like something you can hit or just run around in a
Yeah.
circle and you get 10 coins
yeah,
back.
no, this game, that's another reason why this game just is all about exploration. Because it
Yeah.
doesn't, like...
It doesn't beat you up for dying.
Yeah, exactly. There's
Yeah.
no negative connotation for you of dying besides losing 10 coins, which you can just find right away.
Right.
Question I want to ask Jake, and you guys can weigh in on this too. This game, Jake loves his power-ups, Mario power-ups.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
game
yeah.
is all about possession. Does that substitute work for you without any like Ice Mario, Fire Mario?
It has to.
See, with Sunshine, that was my main gripe about that, because there weren't really any power-ups.
Just
There
like
was just
3 different
your-
propellers.
Your
Yeah.
flood did everything for you. This, you possess different items, and when I was kind of playing this, I thought a lot of Kirby, because Kirby just sucks up people and then has their attributes.
Sure.
So it's kind of like a power-up, except you're just possessing somebody instead of gathering a power-up.
In old games, you'd have to find a certain hat and then go to the other side of the map. This time, you possess something, and then you have to find out how to get that creature to another area.
Right.
And sometimes it's a little difficult. Like,
Plus typically the thing you possess ends up being more equipped for the environment that you're in than Mario.
Yeah,
yeah.
So it's more of a pleasant playthrough than actually playing as Mario.
And I think it's fair to say that some of these possessions do what some of the power-ups would have done anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
Fireball Mario, like that happens in this game. There's an equivalent to like a swimming Mario in this game.
Yeah,
that
no,
makes sense.
Like in Super Mario Brothers 3, you're a Hammer Bro suit. Now you
Right.
can just like possess a Hammer Bro.
Yeah.
yeah, which
So
is sweet.
it does the same thing to me. This game.
I like when you possess the sewer grate, and then you
The
just
manhole cover?
yeah, you very like you move
just-
very slow, like
Just a random rock.
yeah,
yeah, yeah. No, there are some things you can possess just to move out of the way.
Yeah.
and that's the only reason why
Super
you
weird.
would.
Still great.
And I think that's
Yes.
why I wasn't too bummed about like not getting power ups in this game, is because some things that you possess just like totally kind of break your brain the first time you play.
Yeah,
them.
and you have to find out new ways to do things with this weird little mechanic you have. That it's like they give you like limited mechanics, and then you figure out new things you can do with
Yeah.
them that are.
I want to feel like I
really
want to say
out
like
there.
half your major boss fights, which we'll get into next, use a possession, which is cool.
Yeah,
Something as simple as stacking Goombas. That's amazing.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
To impress a female Goomba.
that's so funny.
And if you're Mario towards that female Goomba, she just
Yeah,
disappears
it's
for
like,
some reason.
She looks scared and then runs away. Like when I jump out of the Goomba body to grab the moon, she's like,
Yeah.
it always makes me laugh. I don't know why.
So before we get into boss fights, how is the moon collecting equivalent compared to stars for you guys?
They're easier to get. I have a ton of them.
There's an abundance of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it because it's not like 64 where you have one set somewhere that you
Right.
can only get if you set the level to be that way.
Right.
You can just go grab like 10 in a little chunk of
Yeah.
a level, and move on to the next chunk of a level,
Use
and keep
a-
moving on.
Right.
A very good chance you're going to walk right by one and never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just collectibles in general, I think, are done pretty solidly because each world has their own currency, and that currency can only get you like different things that you can only get on that world.
Sure.
But then there are also moons that you get everywhere. I want to say there's 999 moons in this game.
Yeah. So some I think some are
I thought it was 880.
Well,
yeah, I think it's 880.
There's a
and then
set
you
amount
can-
for levels, but there's a
Yeah.
weird mechanic at the end.
I think what it is that there are like 800 some set in the world, and then if you buy
Yeah.
extra, the counter stops at 999.
I think there are.
is what it
I think
is.
there are 880
Yeah,
in
something
the
like
actual
that.
worlds,
Yep.
but you can go up to 999.
All this moon collecting is very awesome the first time through. But for me, a lot of Mario games is replayability. Am I going to want to collect all these moons again in a second playthrough down the road? I don't know. I don't know. If that's something like I wait and see.
Well, I'm not worried about my second playthrough right now. I'm just worried
Yeah.
about like how much I'm loving this game in the moment.
But
Like,
for me, going back to play Super Mario 64 and Sunshine, like I know what the extent of that game's going to be. Odyssey is very daunting looking at it again.
see, when I replay this game a second time, I think I'm going to challenge myself to see how fast I can beat the game. Because you only need to have like X amount of moons to go to the next world.
Right.
I think I could probably beat this game if you know what you're doing in like 3 hours.
See,
Yeah,
You could probably super zoom through this.
kind of along the lines of what you're saying. Like, I'm excited to see speedruns of this.
I was just thinking that
Because
that's
like
gonna go
there are
crazy.
so many freaking moons in each level that like the mapping of everyone's speedruns could be different. One,
Yeah.
and two, like it's going to be crazy
Or-
awesome to see them get to them.
Yeah, I think speedrunning for this is going to be wild once they get there. I wonder if, because sometimes they'll do 100% runs of things speedrun.
Right.
I wonder if anyone tries to do like a 880 moon speedrun.
It's
It's
gonna
like
happen.
7 hours
Be
long.
There's a speed run
insanity.
for everything.
Yeah, so I mean, eventually it's going to happen. I'm going to watch a lot of it.
And the kind of last section that I had noted before we jump into spoilers was boss fights. We would talk about the brutals, but there's also some bosses per level that kind of pertain to the areas.
Yeah.
Brent, you've gone through the worm, the mechanical weedle. Is that what it is? A mechanical weedle? I think it's what it's supposed to be. And then like there's a giant like Aztec statue in the Spanish level.
I like that statue because when you start flying at him, he's like, no, no, no.
His face.
Not the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
I liked him,
died
actually.
like 4 or 5 times in that
Oh, yeah?
fucker.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did you guys like the change up in boss fights?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially towards the end of the game, some
Yeah.
bosses are like, "You fight this?
Yeah,
really?"
I think that
Right.
would go into my favorite kingdom too.
Yeah?
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I died a couple
Crazy
times
stuff.
too on the first, or that's kind of spoiler.
So, before we go into the spoiler section, is there anything else you guys want to know with Brent here? Because Brent's going to step away from the spoiler section because he's not as far as we are. Is there anything last minute you guys want to throw out before we get into there?
I just like the attention to detail they are with everything. Like when you go into the pause menu, it's a pamphlet of each world that you're at.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that. And you can read the pamphlet. And
It's so
It's like
cool.
a tourism guide for
Yeah.
the area. It's really fun.
I just like the small different faces Mario makes when you go through the menu. Like when you go to save, he's like, "What?"
Yeah.
Well, and they're like different things. Like if you like, there's like this beatbox, and if you hit it, like he'll start dancing next to
Yeah.
it. If you sit on a bench, he'll just like do his own thing, like start moving.
Yeah,
If
his
you-
idle animations are all like very
Yeah.
contextual.
Yeah.
yeah, like I had one where like I stopped playing for 5 minutes, and then I got back. He was laying down, and a bird was on his nose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had the same one.
Yeah. So before we go into spoilers, we've talked about how many moons Andy has right now. How about the rest of you guys?
I think I just breached 500.
Ooh,
if
dang.
not, right there.
There you go.
Very good. See, I thought I was far. I got 350 right now.
Jesus.
Now I'm like at I think I'm like 489.
Okay.
Wow.
What are you at?
I'm at like 180 ish.
You're still at New Donk though. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I've like I said, besides the Cappy world, which I haven't gone back yet, I think I've gotten every moon I can at each world so far.
Sure.
You think that? and then
Well,
then
I
go
know
back.
there's some
Yeah.
there's some I can't get yet.
Yeah.
But like I've gone to the bird every time, and he's like, I don't have any more hints for you. So
no.
I move on.
There's no right or wrong way to play this game.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
That's one of the best parts about it.
Yep.
Yep. All right, so for your listeners and our participant Brent, we are now entering the spoiler section, which will be a lot of things that come at the end of game content. So if this is stuff you don't want to hear, we ask that you step away now, and there'll be a time mark in YouTube and podcast where you can tell with a timestamp that we're getting back into a spoiler-free zone. All right, if you're still with us, we're now going to go into some spoilers here. And guys, there's a lot of stuff we got to cover and apply a short amount of time for the sake of listeners and Brent. First one I have noted is the final Bowser fight. So we got into like the samurai world / like very.
His castle is so funny.
I love that aesthetic though.
I love the aesthetic, and I love the music that plays. The further as you continue into the level, it gets more intense. They
It's
like
so
add
cool.
instruments to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
No, let's just keep on going because we have like segments of how we're going to break this down. I just want to spoil everything. I just want everything to
same
come
here.
out of my
Just
mouth.
like,
Yeah.
oh.
Right, and that's Jake. That's one of your favorite possession was that bird that kind of pokes into the wall.
Yeah, and that's the first time you see that bird. So yeah, definitely.
I like
That was-
the statue you possess too. That's like the it's like the Tanuki
Yeah.
statue.
Yeah.
You just jump around. It's just dirt.
Right.
Except you're like only in Tanuki form.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing else.
And I honestly thought the game that was going to be the final Bowser fight, but we get to the end of the level and Bowser says adios, and then he fights this giant brutal
Brutal mech.
robot. Yeah, brutal mech.
Yeah.
That threw me off too. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Is going
You know,
on?
and yeah, you use the bird to climb up the
Yeah.
mech, and
Which was actually kind of cool. I liked it.
That I love when you knock it over. That little like music's like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just climb up and start pecking at them.
And then once you beat the Brutos, you see Bowser going, like he says, we're going to have our wedding on the moon for some
yeah,
reason.
like what?
Exactly.
I didn't know this was going on the moon. The only other moon level in a Mario game was in Super Mario Land 2. That's golden
I
coins.
felt like they were foreshadowing it because every time you see Bowser go away, he's going toward the moon.
yeah,
That's true.
So then I was like, oh, of course we're
No,
going to the fucking
and it makes
moon.
sense because each
Yeah.
world you go to like gets part of the sail,
Yep.
and once you get all the parts, it's a hot air balloon.
Yep, you go.
Yeah.
So you just
straight
keep on go up.
Which
Yep.
hot air balloon can go into space.
I guess sure.
Yeah.
I wanted to go back a little bit because my favorite world and boss is the dragon.
Oh, that is true. Good point. Glad you brought that up.
blew
Dragon-
me,
yeah, I couldn't
That blew me
bel-
away.
Like, what game am I playing right now?
So Bowser like comes up beside your ship, and then like the clouds part, and the dragon's there. Like, what is this? Why is he there?
And like that level is just for the dragon.
Yeah, and it looked like Dark Souls. Of like, this is why is Mario standing here? He looks so out of place.
And you're pulling keys out of his head? Like, what? How does that make any sense?
It's so funny. And then like even the fight, like the dragon, the stage looked nothing like Mario, and
Yeah.
it looks like something you should be swinging a sword at.
Right.
And when you beat him, it says his name, but then like a side sentence it says Lord of Lightning.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, sure, why not?
So weird.
But for a Mario Dragon, like it looks pretty badass.
Yeah,
It looks amazing.
It looks like a Dark Souls character.
Well,
Yeah.
in the
mixed with a
trailer,
little bit of Mario.
in the trailers, we figured out that we were gonna possess a dinosaur. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's the craziest thing I'm gonna possess in here. But nope, you don't possess the dragon. But just having a dragon
Right.
in a
Seeing it
Mario
was-
game,
yeah,
a
that-
realistic dragon.
Yeah.
That
Awesome.
that blew my mind. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is officially awesome.
Yeah,
Right. I wish there was a mechanic where you can possess it.
I
That'd
thought
be awesome.
we were going to.
I really wanted to.
I thought that was going to be how you get to the next area. I was
Like
like,
flying
you
with that
possess him
dragon.
and fly. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So jumping back to, I'm glad you brought that up because I totally forgot
Yeah.
about it.
to the
but
moon.
How
Jump
can
to
you
the-
forget about that?
I know. I'm
that
bad.
that might be the most memorable part of the game. For me.
That's
Yeah.
when I started like in my notes. I just put everything in caps. I'm
Yeah.
like, is this happening? What is going on?
So we jumped to the moon, and did you guys get a very Galaxy vibe from this moon area? Because the soundtrack almost sounds like exactly from Galaxy.
Well, not only that, but like that's the only time that gravity is different.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I
And-
think I think it was like they slowed down a Galaxy song and like kind of made it like very surreal.
Yeah, they
sounding.
did. That's what it
Yeah.
sounded like.
And when you go into like electric ball form, like the music that goes in
Yeah.
there, awesome.
Also,
Like,
the
pitch perfect.
music, the electric ball music in Bowser's Castle, where it's like the little string guitar
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
Yeah,
that was cool.
So good.
So it was awesome to see like the chapel in the background of the moon, and you can hear the bells ringing. Like it's almost time for the wedding
yeah.
ceremony.
It was
that
like
was-
The Graduate. Like, what's going on? Like, he's trying to stop the wedding. That's what I thought when I was playing
Oh
it.
yeah, I got that vibe
Yeah,
too.
I thought he was
this
just
is
gonna
so
like
good.
pound on stained glass, like, oh, don't get married.
I thought when I first got to this level, I thought is this legitimately just gonna be a moon level? But then we get to like the caverns, and it's like old school Bowser dungeon crawler, lava,
Yeah.
fire, a lot of cool mechanics there that Bowser is known for all these years. So it's nice to have that bit into it, and like I think that level ended or that segment ended with a giant bullet bill, didn't it? And
Yeah,
you just blow across half the
I love
level.
Yeah.
when you're walking toward that wall and then it boom, crashes out of that wall.
Like, oh shit!
Holy fuck.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Yeah, and you had to book it just so your bullet
Yeah.
bill didn't explode. So
Right.
Also,
yeah.
the possessing those football guys.
Yeah.
They showed up there. That was a nice little
From
surprise.
Super Mario World.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a surprise to me. I was like, oh man, this is awesome. And then
Yeah.
you just like knock everyone over.
And how they like applied a mechanic to them was awesome, like you
Yeah.
just said.
Is his name Chuck and Chuck? Is that his
Charging
name?
Chuck.
Charging
Yeah,
Chuck.
Charging
Okay.
Chuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I totally I never thought that he would be
Yeah,
in this game. So
threw me
yeah.
for a loop. Like, oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was great. And then once we escape the cavern, we get up to the chapel, and you walk in. It looks like a white chapel, and you get to the main area. And for some reason, all the main characters from Odyssey are there
Yeah,
watching
everyone's
Bowser's
just there.
fight.
Yeah. Why? That's so weird.
If you go up to some of them, they're like, I was forced to attend the wedding.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like, what?
when we go to different worlds, they're taking something for their wedding and everything.
Yeah.
And I guess weddings really love sparkling water and soup. 'Cause why would you
They
have
needed
any
it.
of that stuff?
Well, as Bowser, I like how he was having a wedding and then he was also planning the reception.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Well, that and like it's very awkward to see like you walk in and Pauline's there, but then
Yeah.
you get Peach on stage who has like ring that's bigger than her, and Bowser's trying to force it on her. It's like what?
No, it turns into like a ball and chain pretty much,
Yeah.
to where like she's
Yeah.
captured inside of the ring.
Right,
It's just nonsense. It's so funny.
right. So then we actually get to the final Bowser fight, and it's kind of reminiscent of the first fight. Adds a few new mechanics, but essentially Bowser fights don't change too much in these Mario games. But how'd you guys like the final fight?
Bowser fight was just like the first one before
Yeah.
you hit the new donk, just a little harder. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
Adds
Yeah.
a little twist to it.
It
But
was just okay. I wasn't really like, it wasn't really like a thing I was super looking forward to. And it's like, yeah, Bowser fight, whatever.
But I'll let you guys go however you want on this, but it's not till after the Bowser fight things get super
Yeah,
awesome.
It gets weird and cool, and
I didn't see this coming.
I didn't either.
I didn't
No.
expect it.
How did you not expect him to possess Bowser?
I didn't know. I just didn't.
You possess everything else in this game.
I know, but
I didn't think he would either. I thought they were going to work together or
Yeah.
something, but then it was like I saw Bowser knocked out, and I'm like, oh, this is what's happening.
What I didn't expect was to do an 8-bit version
That was awesome
with
too.
Bowser.
Yeah, I
that
love
was
that part.
where I had like a nerdgasm.
Yeah, I
This
was
is
like,
amazing.
oh man, he looks shitty like he used to, and he breathes a little stupid fire.
well, even
Yeah.
Peach looks retro, and she's like
Yeah.
on Bowser's back still
Yeah,
in that
it's,
segment.
I really want a statue of Bowser Mario. That would be the best.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I would love that because just the way he looked,
Right.
Yeah,
just
with,
in
like,
the game.
full mustache on
Uh-huh.
the
I
side
could,
of
I
it.
could see like the Super Mario Bowser amiibo.
That would be so
people
good.
customizing that to make it look like Cappy Mario.
yeah.
Totally, yeah.
I could
be
totally
awesome.
see that. Mm-hmm. I thought the Bowser mechanic was really fleshed out for how short of a level it was. It was
Yeah,
really
it was-
good.
it
It,
was-
felt
it was
felt
fun.
really good to
Well,
play
you
as Bowser.
You just crush through everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like it was like, oh, this is what Bowser feels like. He just rips through everything.
Yeah, and it was awesome.
And then that song that plays,
Yeah, when you get to the
the very last chamber.
Yeah.
See, that's one of the things I didn't like about this game.
you didn't like that?
That last song reminded me of like Sonic Adventure
Yeah.
shit. I hated that.
But it was so funny and weird and out there. I was like, you know what, whatever.
I'm just going with it.
Yeah, I was playing it, and Sarah was watching me play it. We both just looked at each other like, what the fuck is happening?
No, like you jump out of the 8-bit portion and then like you punch all the walls and then you get to like the final area
Yeah.
and then this fucking song plays.
Yep.
I'm
It's
like,
like,
everything was awesome up until now. I'm like, what are you doing? And then once you actually beat everything, like the song keeps on playing. I'm like,
Yeah, and
what
you're
is
like,
going
alright.
on here?
Right.
The song is nowhere near as good as the New Dog City song.
no,
at
it's
all.
not. Yeah, the
At
New Donk
all.
City song is awesome.
Well, there's also two versions of the New Donk City. There's the one where she actually sings English, and there's one where she sings like doobie dop dop, like the human language in
Yeah.
this game. And it
Yeah,
sounds
I thought-
terrible.
Yeah, that was weird too.
I like that one. That's fine.
Actually,
did.
it's funny if she's singing the song and you throw your cap at her and it hits her and she like goes, ah, the lyrics dip out for a second.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if
Oh,
she's
that's
singing,
cool.
like the lyrics dip out because she's the one singing it.
Huh,
Technically,
that's cool.
yeah.
So let's jump ahead to they get back onto the moon's surface, and Bowser shrinks for some reason back to his normal size. He's not wearing a hat anymore, so he's normal size.
Yeah.
And then we get like this, I don't know, the end of this little story about this wedding, and we have Mario and Bowser both fighting for like Peach's attention.
that was weird.
Mario almost kisses her.
I thought he was going to propose to her for a second.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna kiss her or propose or something weird, and
Yeah,
then
but then like Peach backs up like rape moment.
Yeah,
Like, she's
yeah.
like, what are you doing? And then
Yeah, I was
Bowser
like,
comes in. They both like try to give her flowers.
And she's like,
And she's
I'm like my own woman,
"Oh,
and
yep,
she walks
I'm
off.
independent. And then Mario consoles Bowser because but it was like he's patting him on the back, like consoling him because his wedding's off. But it's like, dude, you ruined the wedding.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, everything was going.
This
fine.
whole adventure was about stopping this wedding. Like, oh, we both
Yeah.
lost Peach. Sorry, bro. Totally bro moment. Oh, then it ends. The segment ends with Peach taking off in the Odyssey, and Mario jumps towards her, and then Bowser gets left on the moon.
Yeah, because Mario like jumps on his face.
Right.
Yep.
Like, bye, Bowser.
So that's like a freeze frame, isn't it?
kind
Yeah,
of.
it's like one of those.
Right. So the credits roll. Very nice recap of all the levels you've been through, and then it ends with a Mushroom Kingdom picture. But sure enough, that picture turns into a reality. Which that should have been a given because every world is called something Kingdom.
Yeah.
Why would it
Yeah.
not be Mushroom
See,
Kingdom?
I didn't put
Kingdom.
2 and 2 together at all.
Yeah,
Oh.
but it makes sense now.
I found the portrait that you can jump through to get to Yoshi's house before
Oh, really?
before the end. I can't remember where it was.
Why would they do that?
Yeah, I know. I was kind of like, oh, so there's a Mushroom Kingdom. So I knew about that before the end of the game.
That sucks.
Yeah, so when we showed up there, I was like, yeah. But when you go there through the portrait, it doesn't look like an area you can actually go to. So I wasn't like
I
totally.
thought it was like an Easter egg then.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like kind of an Easter egg.
Okay.
So, but I wasn't convinced. But then there was also a sign that said, "I'm at Peach's castle. Love Yoshi" or whatever. So you're like,
Can we talk about how
dunno.
cool this level is a throwback to everything Super Mario 64?
oh yeah, I love it.
That game, Super Mario 64, is my favorite game of all time. So jumping back into this, like I beat the game and I was just gonna go to bed after that. But as soon as this showed up, I
Yeah.
played for another 2 hours.
Same here.
I just couldn't stop. Like I felt like I was 10 again. It was amazing.
And it feels like a very small level, but everything's pretty fleshed out for how small it is.
Yeah,
'cause
and
you-
there's
Yeah.
like just every other world, there's secrets everywhere.
And then instead of collecting moons, you collect superstars, and
Yeah.
it makes
Yeah.
the noise that it did in Super
Yeah.
Mario 64.
yeah, everything's like noise Super Mario 64.
I like how when you get it, the Cappy's like, "Oh, this is a moon. They just look different here."
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
oh, okay.
And then when you go to the shop, you can
Yeah.
get a skin of
Yeah.
Mario in
Yes.
Super Mario 64.
well, not only
good.
that, I think the more moons you unlock, you can start getting all these Mario character costumes.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
like the Waluigi costume.
Yeah.
I'm rocking that.
I got a Diddy Kong costume.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just like, why is
I think
this
it's
a thing?
Yeah, Diddy, Waluigi, Wario.
So say I'm sporting the Wario costume right now. So far, that's my favorite.
Oh, there's a golden Mario. I
is
haven't
there?
I haven't got
Oh,
it
that's
yet,
awesome.
But I'm pretty sure it just makes him gold like in Mario Kart.
One of the costumes, which costs like 9,999 coins, is like
Yeah.
a skeleton.
I think it makes him into I think it makes his face into a skeleton face too.
See, that's awesome.
Yeah, so
Like,
I'm
wanna
saving
s-
up for that.
I want to spend all those coins just
Yep.
to get
And
it.
according to the description, there's some kind of perk to it, but it didn't seem like it won't tell you until you get it.
Maybe you
So-
can breathe underwater.
That'd be kind of sweet.
Skeleton powers.
So also, what's great about this level is you go into these little miniature castles, and there's paintings, just like Super Mario
Oh,
64.
yes.
Yeah.
The noise is the exact same. You jump into the level, and it goes bop, 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 bop.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
so
so
good. I
good.
loved that. And then,
Yep.
and then it's a rematch with a boss or something.
And like
Just
that
a
little
little
twist.
bit harder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is nice. It was kind of cool to have that again.
Which I liked all of them. They're a lot more challenging, except for the one where you have to become a tank and fight the Wiggler thing
Yeah.
on the wall. It's so impossible. The tanks don't control very well.
I didn't think that was hard at all.
Oh, really?
No.
Maybe I need to play
Like-
with the Joy-Con so I can.
That's
like,
what I did. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
See, the only two that I didn't think were that hard at all was that one, and then the one where you're that plant that grows up. Like
Yeah, that
one,
one- that one's easy.
one was just as easy as the first time.
Yeah.
So
we get to a point where we get to see Yoshi on top of the castle.
Oh,
Yep,
yes.
it's-
That was awesome.
see, I knew that from Super Mario 64. So that's one of the first things I did when I got there. I'm like, oh, is
you have,
Yoshi here?
you have to
You
go on
see-
top of the castle.
You see all the egg apple things that are
Yeah,
on the ground, like
yep.
Yoshi's here. So I just
Yeah.
ran, did that.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
And Yoshi controls just like you think he would.
Yep.
Right.
He's easy to
Yeah.
move around.
Except you don't jump on top of him just like in 64.
Yeah,
you
you-
possess him.
yeah.
It's just, it's
It
weird.
was like whatever. But then you get new moons by eating as many apples as you can. You can get
Yeah.
3 that way. I
3,
think?
yeah.
yeah.
And then there's another world where you can get one more if you collect all the apples.
Yeah, and there's I think there's a couple of like go into a pipe things where you possess Yoshi and do a obstacle course type level too.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say the Mushroom Kingdom had, for me, a very challenging retro level where you had to use the background to progress.
That was
hard.
That
one's
was,
really
thank
hard.
God, that wasn't just me.
The only thing I don't like about those, and there's a couple of segments on the moon where it's the same thing, where it's like the round thing you have to walk on. The controls are kind of finicky with it. Like instead of going left right, you have to like hit up if you're going up on the plane of it. I guess.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
just kind of confusing. That's what kind of made that a little harder for me. But yeah, it was an awesome little segment.
Sure.
Yeah, so the Mushroom Kingdom is an awesome throwback to Mario 64, but also we get introduced to like these blocks that add a new moons to the existing levels already, which is a nice different challenge. I don't say they're too difficult yet, but they're a nice add-on.
I think they're way harder than the first ones you can get.
You think so?
Oh yeah, like the pipes that are like moon shaped.
Yeah.
You know, the square pipes.
Yeah.
Those ones I think are the hardest, probably the hardest stuff in the game.
If you being farther than me, I'd believe it because I did the new moons in the Cap Kingdom, and they didn't seem too difficult because they map it out for you.
Yeah, they tell you where everything is. Those ones aren't too bad, but some of them they get really challenging.
Okay.
Which
Yeah.
is
I'm
is
excited.
it's welcome because when you go through the first time, like if you just get all the moons that you can see or you come across naturally, they're not super difficult to get.
Yeah.
But then the end game content just ramps it up quite a bit.
Awesome.
Which is
Right.
really
Yeah.
welcome.
Super pumped.
It's kind of cool to see Peach out and about too. Like she's in different costumes in each level.
God,
That was
yeah.
kind of slow to see
Yeah.
her go on her own adventure with Tyra.
Her like people on Twitter like keep screenshotting her and just being like, Peach is slaying in her outfits. Like everyone just loves her like themed
course.
outfit for every
Yeah.
kingdom.
Yeah.
Right, that's awesome. So before we get back into the spoiler free and get Brent back in on this action, is there anything spoiler that you guys want to mention before we move on?
Okay, the last, I guess, once you get 500 moons, you go to the final area, and there's a super, super challenging obstacle course level that you go through that
Sweet.
I think I can't get very far in it, but it's super hard so far, and I think it's set up like you possess each of the like key creatures that you've possessed so far, and you do an obstacle course, then you jump out of it, get another guy, do another course.
Awesome.
Yeah.
See, that was one cool thing about the world before you got to Bowser is that you had to possess different things. Like you possessed like 6 or 7 different creatures just to get to Bowser.
Yeah,
I liked all
like
that shit.
too.
Yeah,
Yep.
because it was a long time ago that I played as like that light worm that can just go horizontal.
Which that I like. Actually, that's my favorite possession.
I like
It's so
him.
Funny.
Yeah, like where he just stretches to get all the purple
Yeah.
coins, and if you're not on a platform, he just like shrinks back in.
Oh, he's so goofy.
All right, that being said, let's go ahead and jump back into the spoiler free section again. We're going to invite our fourth man, Brent, back in. So, all right, Brent, welcome back.
Hi, Brent. How'd that go?
Pretty good. I just watched some Who's Line.
Nice. Very nice.
All right, so let's go ahead and kind of wrap up this Odyssey segment. Jake, you had a really good question that we were saving for the end. What was your question?
My question was, Nintendo is doing something that they usually have not been known for doing, is with both Mario Kart and Zelda, they've added DLC content.
Yep.
So I was just curious what you guys in a perfect world would want from Mario DLC, because you know it's going to happen.
You think so?
I would love it to happen.
I
It's
hope
just
so.
it's just
Yeah.
another easy way to make $20.
I think they could just release a kingdom,
Right.
just another level that's full of secrets and moons,
Yeah.
and just have me go crazy there.
Whatever they release, I'll pay for it.
See, this game has been a history of Mario.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to bring back kingdoms from the
Yeah.
history of Mario.
Oh my god!
Go ahead.
No, bring back like Isle Delphine Kingdom. That would be the best. Bring back worlds that you never go to, like stuff from Super Mario Land 1 and 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say bring back Mario Kingdom, like
Yeah.
because in Land 2 he had his own land, he had his own castle, and you're like,
Yeah.
Plus, you're already on
Yeah, bring
Earth.
that
Like,
back.
just throw like a side path to some random galaxy level.
Yeah,
I'd be okay
that'd
with
be
that.
cool too. Yeah,
I feel like that's
Or-
a given.
it'd be amazing. Just you have a plethora of ideas. Like even if you want to bring like cat shit in from 3D World, just
Yeah,
go and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That too.
Just embrace your history, and I will pay money for it.
I think if they do anything, I think it will be just releasing 1 or 2 kingdoms and just saying, here, have this extra content,
Whatever
have fun.
they want to do.
And I will love it.
I don't need story.
Yep.
I just want a kingdom.
I would love if they. Is it Snow Mountain
Yes.
from 64?
He
Yes,
just
it is.
fucking told you that.
If they brought that back, that would be great.
Most
All right, so
definitely.
there's 2 questions I want to end this Mario segment end with. First one being, let's go ahead and give what is your star rating for Super Mario Odyssey? But save your impressions for where you're going to put Mario in a list compared to other Mario games. So first, let's just do star ratings. I'll go ahead and kick it off. I'm kind of with the critics on this one. This is kind of my perfect game. It has a lot of favorite platformings. It has that collectible. I have some kind of obsession with getting everything.
Completionist.
Yes, thank you. And this game is going to test those limits and have me coming back for more. And looks great, plays great. So this is a 5 out of 5 for me.
Same. Yeah, I mean everything you said. I'm gonna keep playing it. I've got a ton of moons. I need more. I'm gonna get everything in this game eventually, and I can't say that for most games that I play.
I can't even say that about Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna get all the Koroks, but I'm gonna get all the moons.
Right.
Yeah. I'd say probably 5 out of 5 for me too. Some of the other reasons for me would be one of the biggest things for me in games is I hate when I die and I have to run an extensive amount of time or spend an amount of time getting back to where I was, which just pisses me off because I don't want to do that. So this game is perfect for that because it puts you right back where you were and it doesn't, a slap on the wrist is all you get.
It's not as punishing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. See, there's always going to be some negatives to a game. You are always going to have problems controlling the camera.
Yep.
The brutals are bullshit, like we've already talked about. But you just can't help feel being happy when you play this game.
Yeah.
Like, I have the same feelings of exploration like I did when I played Super Mario 64 for the first time.
Yep.
And I just can't get that. I just can't shake, like, how much fun I'm having. Like, I wish that I could play this game for an hour a day for the rest of my life.
So you were asking about putting it on like a list, like an all-time
but I don't think Jake's
Mario?
gave his rating yet.
Oh,
Yeah, I haven't.
I know. Okay, yeah. What's your rating? 5 out of 5.
Well, it's definitely a 5 out of 5, but I feel bad for like other games to come out because this is the only thing ever in this podcast I've given a 5 out of 5 to.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to rate like everything towards this. Like, I would give this game like a 10 out of 5 if I could. Like, this is like a perfect video game to me.
All right, so Andy, you already hit into this earlier, but we have our Media All-Stars list, but putting that aside, you guys each have your own individual list in your head of how you rank your Mario games. I think part of Mario games is how it sits later and coming back to play them, but based off what you played so far and how you've enjoyed it, where does this rank on your own Mario list?
I think it's hard to say now because there's so much recency. It's like recency bias. If you ask me right now, I'm going to say it's the best Mario game I've ever played.
Right, just because, like you said, recency.
Yep, the polish on it, just how I feel about it right now, but let it sit for a year and I'll have a more accurate, I'd probably have a more accurate, put it under 64. Yeah. But right now I have to say it's the best.
It's definitely top 3. Super Mario World is really hard to beat for number 1 just because I can pick that game up any second of any day and never get bored of it.
See, I have my personal top 10 Mario games in front of me. This is in my opinion, it's easily better than Galaxy 1 and 2. And I had the highest Galaxy game ranked at number 4. So it's at least number 4 for me. And then I'm into Super Mario 64, Super Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario World. I mean, those are heavy hitters, folks.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat.
Yeah, recency biased, I have this top tier with Super Mario 64. I really do.
Yep.
Just as of now, I think I'm going to put it at my number 2, just a little bit below 64, but that can that'll probably change.
That's fair.
I just need to beat the game before I can actually give a definitive answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you in 6 months, probably 6 months, I'll have a ridiculous itch to play this again.
Yeah.
One argument I would make that compared to other older Super Mario games, that Nintendo's had a really good push lately to put some nostalgia in their newer games, and Odyssey is obviously one of the best at that.
Sure.
Because 64 didn't do that well, or it wasn't really a thing back then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You were trying to reinvent the wheel all that you could.
Yeah, you're going from 2D to 3D. You needed to push the future instead of relive the past.
Right, and Odyssey does that. Don't be wrong. Odyssey still pushes those brand new limits of platforming, but also pays tribute to everything that came before it.
Yep.
That being said, for me, Odyssey also comes in number 2 because I still hold Super Mario Galaxy as my number 1.
Oh, okay.
Just because
fair.
Is Galaxy 1
Galaxy 1.
is your number 1?
Yeah.
See, that's crazy to me.
Wow.
Just because
Yeah.
I love the mechanics of that game. I love everything gravity and space.
Yeah.
But I also love, for me, music is a huge portion, and any orchestral score just takes me to a brand new limit.
Okay.
And Galaxy has that to a T. Don't be wrong, Odyssey's soundtrack is awesome. Everything, every level is great, has a great soundtrack. But just the moments where you're flying through Galaxy in space and the orchestra kicks in, those memories I remember forever.
I would, in my opinion, I'd rather play a big sandbox game rather than just a whole bunch of worlds strung together.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like little levels.
Yeah.
So
That's what I was saying. That feeling of that's going to be your nostalgic feeling that you get from that game. That kind of just takes it to that next level
Right.
on your list.
ranking things is hard.
So any final thoughts, guys, before we end our podcast on anything Super Mario Odyssey?
I think the final thought is all of us gave this game a 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
This is a Switch buy. Like, this is a reason to buy the Switch.
If
for
Zelda,
sure.
if Zelda
I
wasn't
agree.
it, then Mario is definitely it.
Yeah, and both
Yeah.
of them together is just like a match made in heaven. It
Plus,
really
what
is.
game can you say like on rest of Nintendo this year or any game in general can also appeal to kids that play Mario the first time like we did with 64, but also full-grown adults who are loving this game as well.
This is going to be some kids Mario 64.
That's
Bunch of
insane.
kids.
Like,
yeah.
We didn't even really talk about that.
Yeah.
Like, I actually know someone who has kids who plays this, and he said, like, they should feel spoiled because we didn't get this as kids.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like having it bring you back up in a bubble when you fall off, having 6 lives, 6
Yeah.
hits instead of 3. You know,
Well, I've been playing this a lot, and my daughter is almost 2, and she sees me playing it, and now like I say Mario, and she knows how to say Mario now because I'm digging my roots in deep
Yeah.
Right.
real early.
right.
Right. All right, let's go ahead and jump to the next portion of our show, and that is the trivia, video game trivia.
Wait, you just brought us into Nick Arcade, right? That's what that music
Yeah,
was?
that's what that was.
Oh my god. Good nostalgia boner again. This whole episode.
I thought it'd fit into this episode.
Yes.
Brent, I hope you got some awesome clips for us. We got 3 contenders ready to go.
I don't know about awesome, but I've got some clips.
Alrighty.
All right, clip number 1.
Stamatsu Bizade. Wansu Stabilok. Van Chance of Badooks.
What is this a video game?
Tatsubu. Fraduni Cat Cheats.
Why are they speaking gibberish?
Specific, too.
Sam and Max?
Is this The Sims?
Grim Fandango?
When you block some memories. Rambo the Boots.
What the hell is this? Is this French?
Is this like Grand Theft Auto, one of the TV stations?
Is this a Rabbids game?
Oh, man.
That was bizarre.
I don't know what it is, but I like it.
One of you is close, that's for sure.
Oh god.
So I did say specific. This was in 2009. Came out on PS3, Xbox 360, DS, Wii, 3DS, PC, and Mac.
Raymond Raving Rabbids.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
I was trying to get super specific.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Electronic Arts. It was produced by, or not produced, but made by EA Mobile, Edge of Reality, and one other that I'll give it away, so I'll hold off on that.
Angry Birds?
Nope.
No.
It is a simulation game.
So it is The Sims.
Job Simulator?
The Herbs?
Or, no.
It's not like Sims 2, Sims
It's like
3.
a
You're not
roller
doing that.
coaster
Sims 2, Sims
tycoon.
3, Sims 4.
Sims 3.
Oh my god.
Oh.
That's how they talk in The Sims?
I forgot about that.
I don't
yeah.
play this. I never played The
Yeah.
Sims.
Oh, man.
Ever?
Ever.
Oh my
I was a
god.
roller coaster
I think
tycoon
when
kid.
I played it, I didn't have the sound on a lot of times, so I never heard anything like that.
Yeah, their talking's ridiculous.
It's really good.
All right, so Jake takes the first point with The Sims 3. I don't know why that needed to be specific, but okay.
I'll take it. I don't care.
Yeah. This one's specific too. Clip number 2.
This is Mario 3D World.
Super Mario Maker. Super Mario 3D Land.
Super Mario Sticker Star.
New Super Mario Brothers Wii U. New Super Mario Brothers Wii.
New Super Mario Brothers.
New Super Mario Brothers 2. New Super Mario Luigi U. New Super Luigi U.
New Super Luigi U.
Yes.
Jeez Louise.
And he was one of those stupid
Super
games.
specific.
All right, and with that second point, that makes Jake the winner of video game trivia.
Jeez.
So that pretty much brings our podcast to end. There's a lot of things you should check out coming in the future. We are unboxing the Xbox One X next week.
You are.
Yep, I am.
Just you.
We did a Stranger Things 2 podcast. I'll be dropping later this week. Give us some thoughts there. There's a lot of good games coming out, hopefully, that we'll dive in. There's not a lot of good games coming out.
There's not a lot of good games. What is coming out? It's coming up.
There's Star
Battle-
Wars. That's
Yeah.
about it.
What are you guys gonna do? Top tens?
Well, start thinking.
Top tens.
That's one thing we need to look forward to. Start the game of the year podcast coming up. Probably mid-December. So we got to start thinking about that stuff now.
Most definitely.
Be sure to check us out on all kinds of social media. The first one being Facebook. You can find us at Surmedia All Stars. Please like and follow us there. We are on Twitter at Surmedia All Stars. You can find us on Instagram at Surmedia All Stars. We kind of post all our movie and video game stuff on there. If you're listening, please check in on podcast services. Please like and subscribe there.
Twitter, we're SMAS Pod.
Oh, yes, thank you. We are also on, if you're an internet radio fan, please check us out on TuneIn. You can live stream us there, and Google Play if you're an Android user. And most importantly, be sure to follow and check us out on YouTube. We post all our content on there. We could appreciate your subscribe and likes on there as well. We do all our unboxing, soundtracks, and obviously podcasts there on well.
And especially since we're coming up to a drought for like gaming podcasts, if you ever want to like email us a question at supermediaallstars@gmail.com, we will answer it. I don't even think it's going to matter what it is at this point.
Yeah. But that being said, guys, I thank you for joining me tonight. Audience, we will see you next time. Bye-bye!
Bye-bye.
Yep.
Game over, man. Game over.
I am out of here.